Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Kelly Ann Crafts. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in McKinney, Texas. I'm having a hard time with my words tonight. Sorry about that. Um, and this is my third card for the month of March in my March online class. And what's really fun about this is a very pretty card using the DSP from the Lovely and Beautiful suite and the stamps here. I'm using this stamp here. I really like this set and I love the paper. So let me show you what we're making. We're going to make this really simple, beautiful card. What I like about this card is it really could be for anything. It does not have to be for a birthday. It could be a wedding. This could be an anniversary. This could be a graduation. It could be anything you want. So I really like it. It's very quick, fast. The hardest part is the stamping. And let me show you what's in your kit. Okay. Now this particular suite comes with two different um, stamp sets, and this is a beautifully celebrated to get this, and we'll be using this stamp right here. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure I said that. So in your kit, you've got your envelope, of course. You've got your card base, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. Be sure you come in and reinforce that crease, and then you have a piece of basic white that is at, 4 inches by 5.25, a piece of designer series paper that is 4 inches by 5.25, a piece that is oh, I had to measure this the last time. I'll measure it real quick this time because I know I'm not going to say it right. It is 4 5/8 by 1 3/8. And then this piece here is, this little piece is 4 inches by 3/4 of an inch. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to adhere the things I don't need to stamp together. And so I'm just going to, I'll use seal. Um, this is really simple. We're just going to put this on one end. And all we're doing with this is bringing the outside into the card. So I'm going to line it up at one edge. You can put a space there if you like, but this is just going to go on the inside of the card. So I'm going to put that in just so I get things out of the way before I stamp. So let me go ahead and do that. And approximately 1/8 of an inch all the way around. And the inside of your card is done. Let's put the outside on. Now you just have to decide, do you want the big flower to get covered up or these littler ones to get covered up? Because your sentiment's going to go right here. So it depends on what you want it to look like. I just turn it around. I think that one's pretty good. So I'm going to go with it this way with the big flower up just so I know which way I'm doing it. A lot of times I look to see what the pattern is because it's always different on each card and when you cut out the designer series paper. So, you know, you want to I just do that because I do that. I guess that's just me. I mean, if you look at these other ones, like this one's got big, and then some under here. And then this one has got more of the coral showing again, and then big and small. So it just depends. This one has more coral showing here also. So that may determine what we use for our embellishments. So we can put this aside so we can stamp. So I'm going to stamp my envelope first because that's the easy one to get right. And using Old Olive, there we go, Old Olive, we're done. That was easy with that. Now this is a big stamp, so I'm going to bring in what I'm stamping here, but instead of taking this to the pad, I'm going to take the pad to the stamp, just so I can make sure it's covered and I'm not rocking it around too much. And rocking, I mean by doing this. So there we go. I think that's pretty good. Now the trick is, can I get this on here straight, well, at an angle and on camera? I think this is what we're going to go for. We're just going to call that, and that's not too darn bad. I think I'm going to keep that. I think. It just kind of have like a blemish there. Does that blemish come off? Let me see if that comes off. You know, there's two sides to every piece of paper, so we're going to try the other side and see if we get a better stamp. I didn't like that little blemish. That's just me being fussy, I think. But that's okay. That's why you have two sides of the paper. So now let's see if I can get it on here straight again. It just fits in here. That's the thing. Okay, let's go right there. It's looking pretty good. That's pretty good. Now what's that blemish? I'm getting little dots, but you know what? I can fix that. I can fix that. I can put a gem on it. So I'll put that aside, shut my ink so we're not making a mess. And we will flip this over and we will put on some dimensionals. Now I used quite a few here because I think it's a big stamp, so a big label. Sentiment. So I use about 6. Could use 8, but I'm only going to use 6. And if we were able to speak, you probably go, because it's cheap as chips. If you've watched any of my other videos, I say that all the time. But I think they're one of the best values out there, and they're fun. And these, it's a gift that keeps giving because these things show up everywhere. Everywhere. I know where that one thing's coming from. I know where those blemishes are coming from. I got ink on my fingernails again. Oh, that's what happens. Sometimes I get ink on my fingernails. Yep, that's what it was. It was ink from my fingernails. Well, there you have it. So I'm going to set this somewhere right in here, I think. Centered. Doot, doot. I like that. Now I'm going to bring in this. And because I've got a good amount of the coral showing, I think I'm going to go back to the peachier ones, which are the pretty in pink. Not pretty in pink. It is the, what is it? Oh, does it even say on here? It doesn't say. These faceted gems. So before I used these on one, here I'll show you. I used the coral ones here. I used the next lightest one here. Kind of thinking, what's going on with these other ones? I think I'm going to use the other ones. Okay, so I'm going to put one there on my dot, and then I'll use one up here, and then I will use one over here. There we go. So now we have 3 variations of which dots to use, but I think all in all, they all look pretty. None of them, I think all of them are really fun little cards. So there you have that one. So card 3 was pretty simple. Our next card is an Easter card, so I do hope you come back for that. Thank you again for watching. I appreciate your taking time out of your day to watch my videos. Please like and share if you can. Subscribe if you would like to know um, when I put up another video. And also, if you can hype, please do. I don't know if you can, but you might be able to. So anyways, thank you again. God bless and have a good night.